Hello, fabulous entrepreneur. It's Tash Corbin here, and welcome to another episode of the Heart-Centered Business Podcast. This is episode number 213, which means all the relevant links and show notes can be found at tashcorbin.com/213. In today's episode, I'm going to share with you 5 ways to increase your business income quickly and easily. Sound good? Of course it does. Let's get started. I'm Tash Corbin, and this is the Heart-Centered Business Podcast. So when it comes to increasing your business income, it doesn't have to be hard. For most of us, the biggest issue that we have around increasing our income quickly and easily is the mindset of, if I'm going to make more money, I'm going to have to work harder. If I want to get more clients, I have to do more marketing. If I want to have more profits, I have to make more sales. So for most of us, there's mindset stuff we need to unpack first and foremost, and we need to embrace this idea that it can be easy and fast and lazy and fun to increase our income in our business and make more money. But what are some of the strategy options that are available to us if we are clear that it's not a mindset issue, we just don't know how we're going to bring more money into our business? So option number 1 is increase your prices. And for so many people, this is something that you need to do as quickly as possible. You're undercharging, people tell you you're undercharging, and you keep telling yourself, no, I'm about in line with industry average, or no, people won't pay any more than this for me and for the services that I provide, or I just need to get this qualification first, or I just need to do that first, or I just need 20 clients first, or I just need this first. So for a lot of people, increasing your prices is a really good way to start increasing your income, and it's quick and easy. Now, the one thing I will say is that giant leaps in prices can sometimes be disconnecting for your audience. So if increasing your prices is something that's important to you, and it is something that you would like to explore, go to the show notes of this episode and I will put a link to my podcast episode on increasing your prices, because it's a whole strategy in and of itself. So if you go to tashcorbin.com/213, which is where the show notes will be for today's episode, I'll make sure I link over to that podcast episode on increasing your prices. Number 2 way to increase your business income quickly and easily is to launch and relaunch. So even if you're just selling VIP services, you can launch them. Even if you've got a course and you've already launched it, you can relaunch it. Even if you've got a membership and it gets a few new clients or a few new customers every month, but you want to really bump up your business income, you can relaunch it. So for a lot of people, they don't take a launch mentality with their business, and they don't realize that the more you take people through that launch process of getting to know you, getting some quick wins, getting an outcome, and then presenting them with the next logical step of working with you in a different way, or in the next program, or in working with you as a VIP, that launch process is really powerful for getting that income and growing your business and growing that business income quickly. So I know myself, when I first launched my takeoff program, I made the epic mistake of not relaunching it pretty quickly afterwards. So if you have already got courses, programs, or VIP offers, and you don't have enough clients in those things yet, I would 100% recommend you focus on launching and relaunching what you already have. Don't build new things. And building new things is not one of the 5 ways to increase your business income quickly and easily, because building new things is not quick and it's not easy. But a relaunch of a course can be something really quick and easy, especially if you systemize the way that you do that launch and you learn and have it all locked in how you do it. My launches of the Takeoff program are so easy for me now, because it is literally 2 documents, re-roll them out, different dates, away we go. And it's so easy for me to facilitate and run that launch. And every time I do, it's $30,000 to $70,000 in my business by just rolling out that relaunch. So launching and relaunching can be a really quick and easy way to get that extra income in your business and grow your baseline income in your business as well. Now, one of the things I will say about this is that launching, when you first launch, it is going to be harder, but it does get easier and easier as you go. especially, as I said, with that caveat, if you systemize the way that you're launching. So if you are looking to launch or relaunch something, again, come over to the show notes of this episode at tashcorbin.com/213, and I'll pop a link into my podcast episode on launching your course or program. And I've even got a really great freebie in there as well. So I'll make sure I've got a link to that for you as well, because launching and relaunching is something that I specialize in. I think a lot of people overcomplicate it. A lot of people have low conversion type strategies that don't really work for them. And also a lot of people just fly by the seat of their pants and they don't necessarily set themselves up to make each launch more and more leisurely. We have hashtag leisurely launching in the Lady Posse, and it is so much more fun than freaked out, fly by the seat of your pants, burn yourself out, stay up till 3 a.m. launching. Trust me, it's so much easier to do a leisurely launch. So that's number 2. Number 3 is follow-ups and calls to action. So for a lot of people, you are missing out on sales because, one, you're not following up with the people who have said that they're interested, or you're not following up with people who've worked with you before, or you've done sales conversations with before, but it wasn't the right time back then, or you're not emailing your list or following up with people. So the way that I do follow-ups, there's a big range of different activities. So there's the one-to-one version of follow-ups, but I also have one-to-many follow-ups. So for example, if someone visits the link to the takeoff sales page, I'll put a link to it in the show notes, right? If you visit that link to that takeoff sales page, you'll be followed up with ads. So you'll then be retargeted with ads to follow up and say, hey, it looks like you were checking out the takeoff program. Have you got any questions? Let me know. So there's some really powerful ways that you can be following up with people, not just in the one-to-one space, but also in the one-to-many space. And sometimes it's as simple as having a call to action. How many posts do you put up on your Facebook page where you never tell people what the next step is? Whether the next step is go and check out a blog or a podcast episode, or sign up for a freebie, or sign up to my mailing list, or whether that call to action is, and if you want to work together on this, get in touch. Putting a call to action on some of your posts on your Facebook page will help you to improve your income, because you're giving people the instructions on what the next step is. And it doesn't always have to be buying from you. It could be getting them on your mailing list, but when you get them on your mailing list, they're getting your regular communications, and then they end up converting into a paying customer down the road. Those consistent follow-ups and calls to action are the lifeblood of your conversion in your business, and so many people skip it. Particularly the one-to-one follow-up. People are so afraid of rejection that they miss out on conversion. So ask yourself, am I avoiding rejection? And in doing so, am I decreasing my conversion rates and therefore lowering my income in my business? So number 3 is follow-ups, calls to action. Number 4 is scale. So for some people, they know how to run a webinar, get 200 people signed up to it, and get good conversion rates. They get a 5% conversion rate, and they roll the same thing out over and over again. And they're not increasing their audience size. They're not increasing their reach. They're not scaling that launch or that freebie or whatever it might be. So there comes a time where you know it's converting, you know you can get a certain amount of reach or results organically. It's time to start putting money in to get more money out. So scaling with things like ads or SEO, search engine optimization, or maybe using SEO building platforms such as Pinterest or those sorts of things. There is multiple ways that you can scale, and it all depends on your target market and your conversion rates and what your budget is. But looking for ways where you can scale can be really helpful in building up that business income, and they can be some of the quickest and easiest ways because you're paying for it. So it's quick and it's easy. It's not costing you time and energy. It's costing you money. And so well, I can get 200 people to that webinar organically, and if I put $200 behind it, I get another 100 people sign up. So I get 300 people with pretty much the same energy and effort, especially if you outsource to an ads manager. So scaling your reach and scaling your audience is a really easy and quick way for you to be able to grow your income, because especially if you know that conversion's already working, it's people in, people out, yeah? Number 5, and this is my final tip to increase your business income quickly and easily, is to hire a team member. And I know for me, the big growths in my business and the big leaps in income have come when I've had a really great working relationship with a team member and where I've scaled up my team in some way, shape, or form. Because that time that I'm freeing up from myself needing to do that work or, schedule those posts or whatever it might be, that time that's freed up, I can invest that in my presence and growing my conversion strategies. And I know the more present I am with my audience, the higher conversion my launches are, the higher conversion my sales funnels are, the more people reaching out and asking, how can I work with you? How can you help me do this? And therefore, the higher the income is in my business. And I've just taken a big leap in my business recently and hired a couple of permanent employee-based team members. And I know that that's the next step for me to go to that next level of income in my business. And so there's some really great opportunities for income growth simply by stopping doing the things that, you're probably good at them. Yeah, you're really fast at them. I'm sure you are. But they're things that could be outsourced to someone else relatively easily, and that extra time can be invested in you showing up with more presence, being more connected with your audience, or looking at other strategies where you can grow your organic reach and grow your conversion in your business as well. So they're my 5 strategies for you. Number 1, increase your prices. Number 2, launch and relaunch. Number 3, follow-ups and calls to action. Number 4, scale. And number 5, hire a team member. I want to know, what is your strategy? What of these do you think is the next step for you? Come on over to the Heart-Centered Soul-Driven Entrepreneurs Facebook group. Use hashtag #PodcastAha. Let me know which episode you've been listening to. It's 213. And tell me any light bulbs or questions that you might have as a result of this episode. Now, I also do have, as I said, over with this podcast episode show notes, some links to other resources and information on each of those 5 strategies. So if you go to tashcorbin.com/213, with the transcript of this episode, you'll find links to how to increase your prices, my launch and relaunch podcast episodes. I've got some stuff there on follow-ups, scaling, and also outsourcing in your business. So go and check them all out, tashcorbin.com/213. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of the Heart Centered Business Podcast. Until next time, I cannot wait to see you shine. Bye for now. Would you like more tips, tools, and resources to help you grow your heart-centered business? Head to tashcorbin.com today.